Today, I'm back in Farnham, catching up with two of our newest gardening club members, Paul and Julia. Last month, we started work on refreshing their garden, and we concentrated on reviving their moss-ridden lawn. Today, I'm going to be looking at the progress so far, and also tackling some of the other areas of the garden in need of some TLC. So, Julia and Paul, it's 4 weeks since we started work. What are some of the changes you've noticed?
It's a lot greener. I think there has been germination. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it get better and better.
An option for your grass is to use a slow-release fertiliser, which is what Paul and Julia will be doing in a few weeks when the weather allows. But despite the look of this grass, lurking within it is every gardener's nemesis, weeds.
There are various options on how you can deal with these, whether that's cutting the grass short to weaken the weeds, or by undertaking the slow but very satisfying process of digging them out by hand. Ultimately, the choice is yours.
Today I've invited my lawn specialist Hannah back to help me tackle them.
So Hannah, you've brought along your partner in crime, Andy.
Yeah.
You're going for the manual option.
Yes, so sometimes it can be a little bit easier, especially when you put new seed down. Easier just to go manual and get the weeds out.
But examples of these weeds, this one here.
Yep. So it's a full tapped root there. So this is obviously a dandelion. You've got the root out. It's not a problem anymore, but you can make a mistake. So again, dandelion, big root, but we've missed it and we've cut half of it off. So that one will be coming back. So you've got to keep an eye on that one where it came out.
But weeds aren't the only problem for your lawn, are they? Because there are some pesty forms as well, Andy.
There are, yes. The two most common are crane fly, which is daddy longlegs.
Hate them.
That has a larvae called leather jacket. It's a dark brown grub that the birds love, and this time of year they're coming to the surface to eat at the grass roots. The other one is a chafer grub, which is, if anyone remembers back in the old days, a maybug. The big brown beetle. That will also come to the surface around May, June time and will start to decimate the lawns. Now, they can be 1 to 3 year cycles, so they will go back down into the soil depths and then back up again over 1 to 3 years.
So you really need to try and treat that, ideally organically if you can?
Organically, nematodes, which is a bacterial worm which can destroy the larvae, but only at its smallest stage, early stages. Once they get to a certain size, they're not effective, and it is 50-50. So if you see magpies and starlings on your lawn, let them do their work, let them go about, fill their bellies. So birds become your best friends in the garden.
Brilliant, no bad things. So with that combination of hand weeding, a few nematodes, hopefully things should be looking good.
Yes.
With the grass now growing for the next few weeks, I can turn my attention to Julia's tired borders and box plants. Flanking their new gravel pathway, but getting little in the way of shade on a sunny day, they could do with a colour and fragrance boost. And lucky for them, I've come prepared.
So we've got a selection of plants here that do really well in a sunny, dry spot. Starting off with lavender. Now, you've got the English lavender there, Paul.
Right, yeah.
Which is a variety called Vera. I don't know if you have any Veras in your family.
Well, I'm aware of.
You have now. So English lavender, I think we'll pop in over here, perhaps. And then other plants, we've got silver thyme, which, again, I've noted you have a few of those in the garden already. But what amazing fragrance these give out, don't they?
Yes, absolutely fabulous in the summer.
And if you put that on the edge of a pathway or a pavement, really, really good, because then when you walk by and you knock it...
Catch the scent.
Yeah, it releases that fragrance.
Yeah.
So perhaps one of those in there.
Right.
And also I got some of these glorious little pinks. This one's called Purple Wedding. So, Paul, if I give you one of those, perhaps to pop in there. I'll do maybe the lavender, and then, Julia, you can pop the silver thyme in. And with your plants, when you're popping them in, good idea to tease out the roots. When you get these plants, they're often very pot-bound.
Yeah.
Just doing that. So pop it
Oh, it looks lovely.
It just brightens things up a bit.
Makes such a difference, actually, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Lovely.
Lovely.
So I think that looks so much better now. We've brought in some colour with those dianthus and also the fragrance as well with all of the plants right in this sunny spot, so we know they'll perform well. But something that hasn't been performing too well are your box plants. They're not looking too happy, are they?
They've been really
Been a bit
attacked
eaten, haven't they?
so badly last year with the caterpillar box.
So let's go and have a look at those. So this is definitely from the box caterpillar, and in fact, there's one there.
Oh, wow.
Look. In fact, there's quite a few of them now. Can you see them?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can get one onto my hand. Yes. Yeah, a couple of them there,
Crikey.
Wow.
wiggling around. And that's just from one very small couple of leaves. They'll just eat the whole plant.
Who'd have thought they could cause so much damage? Wow.
So I think the only option here really is to take these out. So I'll pop those caterpillars back in as they're coming out anyway. So, Paul, do you want to do the honours? Let's see. Oh, yep.
There we go.
Okay, got it?
Great. So, what I suggest we replace them with is this plant here.
Right.
Now, this is Ilex crenata, which is a holly, actually, Ilex, but known as the boxed-leaved holly. So it looks very much like box, but it doesn't suffer from box blight or the caterpillars. So the caterpillars
Yeah.
won't like it, they won't touch it.
Okay.
And they look really neat, don't they? Nice,
I love the shape.
Yeah, very
nice dark glossy leaf. And I
Yeah.
think I've brought 6 along, so if we can dot them along,
Yep.
they should be good. So Julia, if you want to pop it in,
Yeah, lovely.
and I think he looks really nice. In contrast to the more natural planting we've just done, this then gives you a more formal feel. Now, as far as keeping care of it, pretty easy. Just a trim really once a year when that growth gets a bit leggy and you think, yep, need to keep it neat. Little shears, secateurs, they're quite small for now. So that looks great. What I would suggest doing is mirroring that either side. So you've got another one opposite it, and then perhaps 2 there with that holly gone, and then the other 2 at the end. Then you'll get that
Yeah.
lovely symmetrical line either side
Lovely.
of the path. So shall I leave you to get on with that?
Lovely.
Brilliant. And we'll come back and have a look how it looks later.
Great, thank you.
I've given Julia and Paul plants that will work for their garden. And by planting with intention, I hope they'll have the confidence to build on and refresh their garden throughout the seasons. But that's not where Paul and Julia's garden journey ends. 4 weeks later, the new plants were in place and thriving. There was even more growth in the garden. And as we move into summer, we'll see plenty more blooms and more wildlife coming to the garden. Hopefully, we'll even see Paul out with his mower too.